This is the breaking news today. I'm sure many of you will be aware of it. These are the verdicts that have been reached in the Gisele Pelicot mass rape trial in France. We couldn't not talk about this morning. Her ex-husband, Dominique Pelicot, has been found guilty and jailed for 20 years after drugging his ex-wife and recruiting strangers to rape her for years. 50 other men have been found guilty and they have been sentenced alongside her husband. The sentences range from 3 years to 15 years for the other men, generally shorter than the prosecution had requested. And in the last few minutes, actually, Gisele Pelicot has come out of the court and spoken, which in itself is remarkable, and it's part of this case that she waives her anonymity, which is very unusual and incredibly brave. I actually feel quite emotional about it today. And in terms of what do you say? I mean, this woman is 72 years of age. She has been subjected to the most hideous ordeal by someone who she lived with and who purported to love and support her and has treated her in the most disgusting fashion and recruited other men to do so. And she has waived her anonymity. And I think, as a woman, I feel indebted to her for doing that. And I think all women should feel indebted to her for doing that, because she's shone a light on something really, really cancerous at the heart of society. So, I mean, personally, I applaud her. And she says, for me, this is the trial of cowardice. There's no other way to describe it. It's with profound emotion that I'm here. She hasn't regretted opening the doors to this trial so that society could see what was happening. And she's also expressed gratitude to all the people who did support her and said that confidence in our capacity collectively to find a better future where women and men can live alike, can live together in mutual respect. So she has delivered a very composed statement after those verdicts being delivered. How are you feeling, Judy?
I mean, we spoke about it this morning. This one really does get to me, because it is on an emotional level, because isn't it? It says it all that in 2024, this lady has to go public with such a horrific experience because she's decided to do this so that she can be a voice for other women that are going through this, who have been through this, who's been silenced. What does it say about the action that is taken to support and protect women of today, whether it's from violence, whether it's for our health? I mean, this in itself says a lot. It's something we would never imagine or even could dream of. And I truly, truly commend her for being so brave, for being so honest, for being so strong. And I just hope after all of this, her and her children can find that time and space and peace to be able to heal and start all over again. And it's a concern. It's such a concern that in something like this, someone has to still be so public, because we are still fighting for justice for women. And that's the truth of it.
It is, it is. And, you know, as you say, hopefully Gisele Pelicot can find some peace, because she has done her bit now. She has way done her bit. But we have to keep this conversation going, and I know it's really uncomfortable for people, and I know they don't want to hear it, and I know they think, oh, God, do we really have to talk about this stuff? Yeah. But, you know, some of these guys were the guys who work in your local supermarket, who deliver your post, you know, who is a local councillor. These were the people. And that's not to say, and I know we'll get the not all men conversation, I'm not in any way suggesting that. But, you know, this is more common than we like to admit. And as she says, men and women alike need to call this out.
Yeah, men
and need to talk about it.
Yeah. I think for me as well, the fact that the husband's only really been sentenced on the rape charge, I feel like he should do his time for that, but I feel like he deserves longer and should be charged separately for the abuse and the premeditation of it all. That kind of annoys me that that's kind of not been taken into account for it, because, I mean, how many people? It's 50?
That we know.
Roughly 50 that we know of. I'm like, this was planned. It went on for a really long time. She might not have ever known had someone have found the footage and things like that. And also that's the only reason why as well it's been taken so seriously, because no one can actually ignore it.
No.
I mean, I just think we need to commend her bravery just for coming forward, and you see all the guys that are on trial, they're turning up, they're cowards. They've got masks on, hoods up. Wow. She is there, not even sunglasses on. She's there just facing them, watching them get sentenced today, and that just takes such enormous courage. And it just, like you, I was so emotional watching the video of her today, just talking about it so eloquently, and just just, yeah, what she's done for women is just, or victims of any abuse or violence like this, is just extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the whole of France and the whole of the world are just in absolute, utter shock and disgust about what's been going on. So
and
the
men need to speak up. Men need to speak up on our behalf, not just women. Men need to stand up, talk to their friends, make videos, go online, discuss that. Actually, if you're seeing something that's not right, we need to collectively stand together and support women against violence. It's that simple.
I mean, I like, as she said, I think the reason she did it, she just said she wanted the shame to swap sides. And that is the thing with victims, is that they feel so much shame, and it does take so much bravery just to face up to what's happened to you and realise it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. 100%, Kelly. The shame should be on the perpetrators, not on the people who are the victims. And yes, we talk a lot about allyship in all sorts of spheres of society, don't we, Judy? And I agree with you. We need allies here. We need men to be our allies. And I'm sure most men are. We need you to talk about it loudly.